Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Hearts of Iron 4. Now, one of my subscribers asked me if we couldn't do South America or South Africa because, we've basically skipped them so far in my Let's Plays. And sure, why not? I mean, I've mostly skipped them because I don't like fighting in these very slow provinces. Like, because of the low infrastructure, units move so slowly, it's painful. However, now, for the nation, the subscriber didn't specify which one, so I'm gonna pick whatever I find the most interesting. South Africa I've played a few times to get the achievements, so I'm kind of burned out on it. I'd prefer to play something I haven't played that much. Ethiopia, there's like a bazillion Let's Plays on it because it's arguably one of the hardest starts because it's the only country that starts at war. Well, actually, there's two countries. There's also Italy because obviously if there's a war, there needs to be two, but I mean, for Italy, this isn't a real war. Like, Italy is a quarter of its units here, and it's still gonna win just with what it starts with. So, it's very challenging, and that's why many people are interested. So, I'm gonna go for South America, also because I've literally never played in South America. Now, the obvious choice would be Brazil, because it's the powerhouse of the region. Now, I don't like playing the schoolyard bully that's just so much stronger than everyone around him. So, we're not gonna do that. That leaves us with a few choices, I think. Venezuela would be the obvious choice because it starts fascist. So it immediately can start conquering neighboring provinces. It's also pretty strong because it starts with a ton of oil. So a ton of oil plus being fascist gives it a pretty big advantage. And the next choice I would say would be Argentina because it can expand in so many regions early on and just grow a fair bit amount in the early game once it's turned fascist. So I think this will be the most interesting to watch just because we'll always be at war, like after the first 2 years, let's say, we'll always be at war. So I think that will be the most interesting one. I should note I haven't played this before, this is my first try, and I literally never played in South America, so I don't know what to do, but we'll be fun. Because it's my very first time playing in South America, I'm gonna go for regular this time. And we'll see what happens. Let's start off by seeing how we're set up. We start with 8 units, 2 of them are mountain, 1 is cavalry. And our infantry is decent. Our mountain is complete garbage, and our cavalry is pretty good for cavalry. The problem is I don't use cavalry, so I actually like smaller cavalry brigades because I can use them for suppressing resistance. With that said, let's all make him infantry. Let's look at our research. We don't have equipment 1, we don't have support equipment, we don't have tanks, we do have artillery, we don't have a land doctrine. We have almost all the level 1 ships. That's awesome. And I mean, I don't need carriers. I don't like them. I know they're super strong, but... And we don't have battle cruisers, okay. Obviously none of this. We do have cars. We don't have industry. So let's research industry like always. Get some military factories. Since I want to go into an early war, that will be the smartest choice. Do it like this. The reason why I'm doing it like this and not the other way around, even though I kind of want to go like this, if you set infantry equipment up at the beginning of the game, it stays at full production. And if I were to put it onto this, it would only be this tiny bit of production. So this way we're producing a bit more. And we can also get some convoys. The national focus, we're gonna start off with political effort because I want to go fascist as quickly as possible. This is gonna be okay. We have quite a bit of tungsten and a tiny amount of oil. Let's look at the resources actually before we start playing. I'm an idiot, I'm sorry. Here we go. So here we have some iron, here we have a lot of tungsten. Above this, there's some rubber. More oil, more oil, more oil. A lot of oil. As I said, Venezuela is just drowning in oil. And the Netherlands and France do have aluminum. And there's a little bit of chromium when going up here and more oil. So oil's not gonna be the biggest challenge for us. But basically everything else, like everything else is just tiny amounts. I mean this, but to take this we actually need to fight the Allies. Then we'd have aluminum. No, it's all, we have oil and we're gonna have tungsten once we take Bolivia. And we have tungsten ourselves. So that actually means... Wait. Still like this. Because we have close air support. That actually means I'm gonna want some tanks at some point. Yes, I do. Move this up. Oh, by the way, we have a navy. Huh. We actually have quite the navy. I'm going to keep them separated because I want to use the submarines for something else. I'm going to use this to patrol my shore until the US joins, because obviously then these 16 ships are useless. But I want to use these 3 submarines to start naval invasions, because submarines are less likely to be discovered on the first day. You get to invade with them. We have 2 generals. We have a pretty decent field marshal. Level 3 with defensive doctrine. That's not bad. We have a level 3 general. This... Don't care too much. I don't think there's gonna be forts anywhere around here. I need a hill and a jungle. I think this is all hill. Hill and mountain. And this is probably gonna all be jungle. So I need hill and jungle fighting. It would probably make sense to get a level 1 general because they get traits quicker. So we'd quicker have a level 1 general. I'm gonna start running because, yeah, why not? Oh, and we have a tiny air force. I really don't like the new system. I think it's way harder to see what is covered where. Like, if you just look at this, it tells you way less. Anyway. Who do we attack first? Let's look at the resources again. There's some iron here. I really need iron. I don't really need tungsten because I have some myself. So I think Chile would be, from an iron perspective, the most clever one. Let's have a look at this. It's the strongest one of the bunch. Actually, it's almost as strong as me. I'm actually stronger than it. Yeah, Brazil is stronger than me. But by the way, Venezuela, it's got a little bit... It's got my amount of... Wait, what? Yeah. It's basically got my production, but all the productions here are so low. But I am one of the strong countries in South America, you can definitely tell. We need a fascist demagogue. Let's do this. You will go here. I've decided I'm gonna go for Chile. And move up. We are very low on equipment, though we will get a little bit back once I build here. Also, we're building equipment 1. No, we're building basic equipment. So I'm gonna have them train soon. As soon as they're full, I'm gonna have them train, because they use the shitty equipment now to train. So it doesn't matter too much if it breaks. So, sip of coffee. About our navy, you will be patrolling my coast. Oh, shoot, how much did I lose? Whew, lost none. This will still help with nationalism. I'm not gonna get the youth yet. The militarism and military youth. The population is awesome, but I really also need to get this, especially the research. Excuse me. The research slots are very important. Yeah, I'm gonna give you a commander. Those 5 are not gonna win or lose this battle for us. Let's get a military theorist. Now we're gonna fall behind very badly on research because we only have 2. And in the close proximity of time, we'll only have 3. Because we can reach 5, right? We get here another one, but we need 50 factories, but that's a long way off. And we need to be at war and in a faction. And especially the inner faction part is a problem. Because that means I need to go in a fascist faction, but I don't want to be with Germany because that means I'm at war with the Soviet Union and I'm going to have my hands full with the Allies. So, things to consider. They're almost full, so I'm going to have them trained now before I switch to a better... actually, let's do Germany. Before I switch to a production of better equipment. Yeah. And about the planes. Let's always first get the construction. I'm going to make this here 100. Just so all my planes immediately go in there as soon as they're produced. I'm producing very few planes, but I'm assuming that my enemies aren't producing any. I mean, Chile, of all enemies, has planes, right? Yeah. But I have more, and I'm assuming he's not building more. Let's do it like that. Actually, I'd like 4. Also, let's use this moment to do this, so yeah, we get quite a bit, and this one you always want to get. You'll be researching so much industry, but we will start researching industry again in a month, so let's get it. Actually, we'll research it now. One more thing I wanted to check out right now, but I again forgot it. Damn it. Let's get more construction effort. You, good sir, can stop training in a bit. Awesome. Okay, we get to build a few more. The problem with low industry... no, I don't want a civil war. Okay, you can stop training. This actually works quite well. I'm very happy with this. What produce? Oh, it's because we still produce the bad one. Okay, we will immediately start justifying. This still gives us 240 days to prepare. We really need the better equipment. I was waiting too long on that. And the good news is they probably also fight with the bad equipment, but still, I should not have waited this long. But it does give me a decent army, at least. Oh, and we also need to get support equipment. Really not happy with the state of my army at this point. And the problem with Chile is it's all mountain and stuff, so we're attacking into the mountains and hills and whatnot. Not too happy about that. Since we are preparing for war, we really need to get these. Oh, actually, let's check that out. We do have close air support, army logistics. I don't care. Army group. So we do have 3 guys we want. This one the least, but still, we do have 3 guys. That's awesome. Let's go straight for the research slot. We are so far behind on research. Now, you good sir? Yeah, all's well. I think I want to start with the army of fence. Oh, I can actually go for posh mobilization. That's actually more important. I think I might regret this choice, but I think the posh mobilization is always worth it. Actually, I'm gonna throw him out. I'm gonna be training more. And you will be training. We got the good guns, that's awesome. Get me my production and please produce better guns. This will torpedo, unfortunately, my production now of the of guns, but it's worth it in the long run. Let's do that and that. How's the construction going? Awesome. So here we have an extra research slot. Awesome. Now, by conquering these 3, I think will have enough factories to get the 4th research slot. That would be awesome. Yeah, no. I honestly don't know how long I'm gonna need to take Chile. We're so low on artillery, it's not even funny. When will you be done? Oh my god, any moment. Stop the exercise. You will give me 1 more construction effort and then I'll go for the armament efforts. And I want the radio. But I also really want this doctrine. I'm gonna go for the doctrine. Oh, and I still need support equipment. How did I forget that? Damn you. I know I'm very low on manpower, but we'll get it settled. Oh, and I do need this. Damn you. I'm really behind on research. I've also arguably done too peaceful of a research for someone who wants to go to war as soon as somehow possible. Now the idea is that all of you actually be as aggressive as possible. I just want you to take everything. Yeah, just walk in. We'll cut off as many as possible and actually, you will have to go in here, you will have to go in here, you will go here. We'll also go like this. I have not been paying enough attention. Let's do this. You people, no. Walk through here. We need to get our people out of there. You will need to go here. And I really want to destroy him right now, but more importantly, we do need this. So how will we go like that? He's shipping in people, but we've managed. Yeah, we've managed. It's gonna be a good one. Okay. We did manage to free our people. That's very, very important. So, I kind of want to get this because the recruitable population is going to help me out and I don't have to spend the political power, so I'm actually going to do that. Keep in mind, we're still on volunteer, which is awesome. I'm gonna start with this, but there's so many things I need. Start with support equipment. And how about, we are at 21 minutes. Hey, he's surrendered. Awesome. So I actually wanted to make a 20-minute video, but we'll make it a bit longer because now I want to do this. Do it like that. So I think we're fine. It definitely wasn't a very glorious, and I should have already justified another war goal. But I was kind of scared of how long this will take. The problem is, it takes longer, but only 310 days. And this is 210? So it's only 100 days after this one. That would be awesome. So I am going to do that. The problem is it becomes more important and it takes longer. The longer you wait, the more you're justifying. So if I now also try to justify here, it's going to be like 600. Yeah. So, but 2 is actually possible. So with the country basically set up and nothing here, right? Yeah. The country basically being set up and our first victory. I think this is a nice moment to call this a first episode. And the next episode we'll try to get Uruguay, Paraguay and Bolivia. And I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope to see you in the second episode. Have a good day and bye bye.